What's going on, everyone? Nick Daniels here, coming at you live, man, yet again. I apologize right away, by the way, in advance, if there's any wind resistance that you hear. We've got the windbreaker on. It's an extremely, it's a fairly windy evening, so just keep that in mind. So yeah, man. So let's get to the fucking video, okay? There's gonna be a lot more swear words in this video, and there's gonna be spoilers because I watched the Wonder Woman movie, the sequel there. So whatever the hell it is, 1947, 1982, like 2021, I don't know. Watched that last night, man. So I kind of went into it without really watching a whole lot of spoilers, you know, or hearing about too many of those. I had a general idea of the plot. But that was kind of it, and basically other than that, I heard that it might not be a fantastic movie, but my friend really wanted to see it, and my other friend did not want to see it. Well, I wouldn't say didn't, but he tapped out about, I wouldn't even say halfway through. I don't think he made it that long, and I think I should have kind of been there with him. But anyway, we'll talk about it here in great detail. So yeah, man, so I watched the Wonder Woman sequel, and here's how it went. Not good. Yeah, man, so we're gonna jump all over the place. I watched this last night. But one word to describe the movie, I would just say hideous. Dude, I was laughing hysterically at like several times in the film of just how bad things were. The scene that really got me and really made me laugh, probably the hardest, was, and again, we're just gonna jump all over the place. There's spoilers, we're gonna talk about everything that happens. So, Wonder Woman. I wish, like, we made a joke of, like, someone would just sit there and say that the entire time. Like, anytime something would happen, just be like, Wonder Woman. There's a scene where she's using the lasso of truth, the whip, and she's kind of up in the clouds. I don't even remember how the fuck she got up there. And needless to say, a plane, like a big jet, you know, like passenger jet or whatever, is going probably like 700 kilometers an hour or whatever they fly at. And it's going up, like, you can see it way out there. And I swear, there's a scene where she takes this thing, she just like whips that up in the air, and then for a second she drops, like to show that it was getting to the plane, and then it catches the plane. I swear, I can't make this shit up. It catches the plane, and then it just takes off, like she just takes off. And like she like rides after the plane. And then while she's up there, may I remind you, there's a scene where before she actually like apparently learns how to fly, which, I mean, I don't know, I heard a couple people had liked that. I just thought that looked stupid too. But there's like a couple lightning bolts, and she like lassos the lightning bolts and like rides the, like, uses the lightning, like the momentum to continue. So terrible, man. I can't believe. Like, I could rant on this thing, honestly, for like the entire evening. I can't believe just how atrocious this movie was. There's really nothing I liked about it except of how bad it was, so that I just enjoyed that. And I think that helped, that I didn't go in really expecting a masterpiece here, and they delivered. They absolutely delivered on the movie. Like, I didn't hate any of the characters, per se. It's funny that they, there's something I really didn't like. Actually, like, it kind of angered me, and I hate when movies do this shit. But they have Wonder Woman, so like Diana walking around, and she's pulling like her solo thing, like she goes out to a dinner, like she's all dolled up. Like, I mean, every scene she's all dolled up, and she's like eating dinner alone. So like, it's like, it's supposed to represent like she's still missing something, which obviously would be this Steve fella from the first movie, just like the random spy pilot, that apparently she just can't move on and find a boyfriend. And it also makes the idea that like she like has to have one. Like they pin that. But what I really didn't fucking like, and again, I hate when movies do this, is they just make men look like absolute like animals. Because she's like walking around, and everywhere she's going, like, men will just randomly like stop what they're doing and approach her. And like it like out of nowhere, like there'd be a guy just like off screen come up, and he'd be like, "How you doing?" Right? And she'd be like, "Not interested," and she would just keep going. And it just it's funny because it, like, they make it look like that's all that happens to her, right? And that this other chick, and that's what really pissed me off. The other part that pisses me off was like her. I don't remember the chick's name now. That's how bad it is. But yeah, so I think they're supposed to like, she's supposed to be represented as someone named Cheetah. I didn't get that. And I'll tell you why in a minute. But like, yeah, so like she's supposed to be like this nerdy chick that no one really likes. And all I saw, and like from, like if I'm just coming out of a viewer as like just trying to understand what the movie's all about, it's just, there's just this blonde chick. She's not like hideous looking. Like she's a perfectly attractive lady. Seems quite personable, you know, kind of shy. And she like shows up to a job and like nobody knows her and everybody ignores her. And it's like, I'm just sitting there looking at it like, really? Like, again, like, I understand, but like, I hate when they try to pin that stuff. Like, are you telling me just like everyone's just an asshole to this one girl? Like, why? What did she ever do to any of them? Like, I don't understand it. Like, you know, there's like a quiet, reserved girl and like everyone just ignored her, right? Like, I don't, and she's like, you know, I don't have friends. Like, I'm not really? Like, nobody ever decided to talk to her? You know, and then like some guy like basically like attempted to rape her. I was like, oh my God, man. Like, you don't have to pin men as like these, like I said, just these like absolute animals. Like, there are civilized human beings. And Steve gets like brought back to, like, we're not going to go through the whole thing, but Steve gets brought back to life at one point there. And Dinah basically, I mean, I guess they don't really show it, but you'd have to, they're laying in bed together and they're so madly in love they can't take their eyes off each other, which just makes me sick. And you have to assume they probably had a little bit of sex going on there. I mean, you'd have to, because again, they can't take their eyes off each other, which is just retarded. But it's actually not him. Like, it's another dude. So she just like banged some random dude, just like used him because it looked like it, like she sees Steve. And I'm telling you, man, if that was a woman and it was a guy doing that, oh my God, man, the people would be in an uproar. So like actual plot wise, it was just the Red Viper from Game of Thrones. I forget his actual his name, but that's what I know him as. Yeah, I don't know. I was like, whatever with him. I didn't understand a bunch of stuff. And maybe this is just my lack of knowledge with the Wonder Woman character, and that's probably something to do with it. But for example, yeah, and this is where it gets interesting. So like, he walks into like the president's office, and then all of a sudden, like, everybody in the world just knows him after like he uses a wish. Like, everybody just knows him. Like, okay, cool. Like, this guy just clearly outranks the president. And I thought it was funny that like no one just questioned it. You know what I mean? Like, a random guy walked in, like clearly like no affiliation to the government, and was like, okay, cool, like he just owns the place now. I guess it's the president, so it just impacts that many people. But I don't understand like how the wishes were really working. Cheetah, quote unquote, I remember her making at least 2 wishes, which I don't make any sense because I thought it was 1 wish per person. She makes 2. Like the little Asian kid, like, I don't understand him at all. I don't understand what was going on with him. He's supposed to be like the son. They didn't really seem to have any chemistry. At first, it was just, we were looking at, like, the 3 of us were sitting there, and my friend Estelle, she's just like, man, it's like, this kid's like really fucking Asian, man. Like, they don't look like anything alike, like the dad and the son. Like, there's like no similarity. Like, at least get somebody who's got like some similarity. But like, it's like, dude, it's like, well, she didn't say it like that, but that's me. I didn't understand. They didn't look like father and son, and I don't feel like they acted like it either, and I was just really confused. Yeah, that was kind of an eyesore. Like, the wishes, I guess, like, they had some weird prototype satellite thing that had particles that would, like, touch everyone in the world, and that's why, like, everyone in the world wished for something, and he was able to grant it, which was, like, ridiculous. And then when the lasso of truth comes on, like, she somehow can't reach the Red Viper. Just keep calling him that. Yeah, can't reach the Red Viper with the whip, and then somehow it does get there. By the way, she actually does make it reach, and everyone just like revokes their wish. I'm like, and I really think about that. I was like, man, I think there would be people who wouldn't. Why would they all just revoke a wish? And like, everyone in the world apparently wished. Like, not everybody's watching TV. Like, you're not really getting the whole world, and there's definitely a bunch of people that probably didn't revoke it. You know, they were good. So I don't know, like, how that really worked. Like, Buddy was, like, not even, he wasn't, as far as I'm aware, he wasn't still talking to the entire world. But even so, like, I don't know how I didn't know the lasso could, like, force people to do things. I was not aware of that. So, like, I don't know. Maybe, I don't know what I missed there. I'm wondering if she made everyone see all the chaos and they revoked their wish. But there would still be people that wouldn't, right? There'd still be, like, assholes out there. They'd be like, well, I wish to be, you know, like, a billionaire. I get a, you know, and I am, and why would I give that up? And she only gives up her powers. Actually, she makes the wish without even saying it out loud, which I thought wasn't supposed to work, which was pretty funny. And she only gives up her wish by just, like, leaving Steve. Like, she just leaves him there. So she never actually, like, I'm undoing my wish. She just was like, all right, Steve, see ya. And she just laughed and, like, cried. And, you know, I don't know, man. I'm just, like, the only two words I can think of, except for what I said earlier, would be heavily, like, disappointed. This movie, it's just not, it's not good. Yeah, I'm not really that into it at all. I think it was really, really funny at how bad it is. Oh yeah, and I mean, I don't know. I'll just say shit as it comes to my mind now. But like, the movement just looked like retarded. Like, you could really tell. Like, I mean, obviously it's CGI'd, but like the movement, because it's just so accelerated. It's so obvious. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying you do it naturally, like if someone's faster than the average human being, but like, just some of the ways they were showing it kind of reminds me of Justice League. If you've watched Justice League, there's a scene in the beginning where Wonder Woman goes against Ramsay Bolton, or Roose Bolton, sorry, from Game of Thrones, and she deflects every bullet from his machine gun. He has he has an SMG, and he shoots at her, and she's like on her knees, like pivoting, and goes along and blocks them all with like the metal on her arms. And I just, like, I laughed. I couldn't stop laughing. And this movie just does one and the same. There are several scenes where there's just, like, no idea what's going on, because she, like, loses her powers gradually. So she still technically has powers. But then there's, like, one scene where she can flip a truck, and then literally, like, the next frame, she can't, like, push a vehicle out of the way. You know, but she could a second ago. And I was like, okay, I don't know. And like, yeah, like, her running was, I guess, like, the superhero run, like the zag like that, like the run like that, and it just looked bad. I wasn't really trying to hate on this movie. I genuinely was hoping it was going to be, like, half decent, like, you know what I mean, like the first Wonder Woman movie I actually quite enjoyed. But yeah, no, this one did not fit my cup of tea. Didn't enjoy it. No, sorry, enjoyed it that it was bad. Yeah, that's it. I enjoyed that it was a bad movie, and I had a lot of fun with that. But other than that, no, there wasn't. In my opinion, I honestly wouldn't waste your time. And the reviews are pretty appalling already. I mean, already, it's been out for like 6 months, but yeah, it's a struggle. Don't watch it. Don't waste your time. Wonder Woman, whatever the fuck numbers is, 1987, something like that. Oh yeah, and it's way over the top too. There's a beginning scene where it's like way too comedic, and that was really getting annoying. I don't like all the comedy stuff and the fish out of water. Like, that's why they brought Steve around, like the fish out of water, like, like, this is the world, you know? Like, we don't need that. All right, anyway, I'm going to go make another video. Thanks for watching, guys. Check, I was going to say check it out. Don't check it out. Don't fucking do it. Don't waste your time. Yo, thanks for watching the video, guys. If you want to check out my Instagram here, I do a little bit of photography on the side. Be sure to check it out. NickDaniels65, Instagram.com. You can feel free to message me on there if you got any video ideas. Thanks for watching the video, guys. Take it easy. Cheers.